Hey guys, so today is a perfume empties video and I have quite a few empty bottles of fragrance. Every few months I film these kinds of videos. I rotate through my fragrances and I wear fragrance every day, several times a day, meaning that I'll wear a certain scent to work, then I come home and I change into my home clothes and I will maybe refresh the scent or wear something else, and then before bed I have specific fragrances that I wear to bed because for me they're very calming and sort of exhalation fragrances that help me calm down and go to sleep. So let's talk about the ones that are here. Pretty much all of them are sort of winter fragrances, especially, well, the full bottles were winter fragrances that I recommended this past winter, and staying true to my word, I wore them a ton and really got through them. So these two guys I've actually included in my winter classic fragrance recommendations. First of all, Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. This was a eau de toilette and I had it in a 50 ml format. This I've had for a few years and I finally finished it off. And this is a spicy gypsy fire brick with some orange rind, I think. There's something really orange rindy, bitter orange about it. Very, very beautiful scent, vintage, very special, not for everybody. And if you love vintage fragrances or spice fragrances, very, very worth finding out about whether you like the original Opium or not. Has nothing to do with the current release of the Black Opium. Totally different fragrances, have nothing to do with each other. Don't even think in that direction. But this is interesting, very, very interesting, very special, very cool, very vintage. Not current, not a current modern scent. So if you have a taste for current releases or sweet fragrances, you know, all those Marc Jacobs-y things, then this is absolutely going to make you gag. But it's a very, very beautiful scent, and I do recommend you try it. Obviously not a blind purchase. Definitely do not blind purchase it. And the other one also I recommended for winter, another absolute classic, and this is Samsara by Guerlain, and this is a eau de parfum as well, and I have it's over now, had it in a 30 ml. So this is a tiny little bottle and I absolutely love this sandalwood, just beauty, creamy sandalwood scent, vintage also. If you are a lover of vintage fragrances, this is really great sandalwood, with a interesting background, but super, super cool fragrance for vintage lovers, very, very wintry. So I would say, well, check it out and sniff it, but I think in the summer you would just suffocate, it would choke you. It's quite a powerful little guy, and definitely I will be repurchasing both of these at some point, but for right now I'm a little bit saturated with these scents, but obviously they're such classics, I will probably own them at another time. A fragrance that is purple florals that is also very, very difficult to wear. I did not feature this in my winter fragrances, but it's more fall and winter because it's very dense, and it's another Guerlain, it's L'Heure Bleue by Guerlain. Oh my goodness, this is a heavy, very interesting, slightly spicy purple floral. Not for me. I think I've owned it before, but I don't know if it was an eau de parfum. This one is an eau de parfum, and this was a 75 ml, so I really struggled getting through it, to be honest. But there's a weird lure of this fragrance for sure. It's very interesting, very special, very cool, very vintage, very, very vintage. But for me, not super wearable. Although, you know, Samsara is a heavy hitter as well, and I find that fairly wearable. But this one, it has carnation and a little bit of this spicy floral that it just does not sit well in my skin. I have problems with spicy florals, yellow florals, except for ylang ylang is fine. Narcisse sits very funny on my skin, which is, it's not really here. And patchouli. Those are some of the ingredients that I have noticed really don't play fair with my skin. It's not a good mix. So here the carnation is really sort of mucking things up for me with this fragrance. Otherwise, I do recommend you sniff it. Again, this is not a pick it up and go sort of fragrance, and it is not a blind purchase worthy fragrance. Some are, this one it really isn't, so I would not recommend blind purchasing any fragrance, but especially the ones that can be difficult to wear, and these three can be difficult to wear. I think one of the most wearable out of the three is probably Samsara for me. And the A last full-size fragrance that I did finish up is a 30 ml bottle of Insolence et de Parfum. I think I need to explore this fragrance in different formulations. The Parfum is too sweet for me. It's a little sickeningly sweet. It is a very, very beautiful, very innocent, slightly powdery powder room in 18th, 19th century, aristocratic and sophisticated, very, very innocent purple floral. How many epithets I am going to throw out at you, I don't know. It was way too sweet for me. So if you like sweet purple florals, this might be a hit with you, but for me, I need to explore fresher formulations of this because it is a little bit too sweet suffocating for me. Heavy scents don't suffocate me, but there's a certain something to it. It just overfills with the space around it with this sort of sickeningly sweet powder that I did mind this time around. I've had this fragrance previously and I loved wearing it, so either my skin changed or my taste has changed, but upon finishing it up, I just realized that probably this particular formulation I will not be repurchasing. I may repurchase Eau de Toilette or maybe one of the flankers, I'm not sure, we'll see. I also finished two minis, the Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming, which I found quite atrocious. It's not for me. Obviously, many people like Dior fragrances recent releases within the Miss Dior line. I really dislike all of them. I do think they're consistent with each other, so it makes sense that I dislike all of them. This smells to me like a slightly stale Victoria's Secret scent. So lots of patchouli, lots of berries, lots of sort of jam that's been sitting there just a little too long. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this one, but I think there's a market for it and it's within this popular realm of fragrances that are being released today. Not for me though. Elizabeth and James Nirvana White is a nice white floral. I will be filming a separate review on it because this is my second rollerball that I finished and I have a big one as well. So I'll continue using it. In total, I probably would have used up, I don't know, 20, 30 mil of it in small sizes, various small sizes. So I feel like it's going to be a really quality review when I will be able to tell you about it. But this little guy is done. I think it's a nice white floral. I think it's very wearable daytime fragrance and easy white floral, slightly tangy, which I do like in a floral if they're going to include any fruitiness in it. I don't want it to be jammy. I want it to be slightly tangy, maybe a little fresh, a little zingy. That's what is in this one. I won't go into detail about it right now, but I will definitely talk about it soon and have a separate review on it. So I like it. I don't know whether I love it, and is a big bottle worthy? Probably not. The black, yes. The white, I'm not so sure about that. But those are my thoughts on the fragrances. Have you finished anything in the last little while? Tell me, because I'm very curious. I do understand that I go through quite a few fragrances, but the thing is, I do use fragrances over time, and basically I didn't have much left in any of these, so I just finished them off. That's it for today. See you guys later. Have a good day. Bye bye.